So Moen Panic Saga here, the terramite. An update, I did drop the cylinder off at the shop and they're making up a new rod and they're going to put seals in it. New rod's going to be made out of stainless steel, so I will show you guys that when it gets here. But I don't know if you guys have noticed, but since the last segment I have replaced 5 hoses. I did the 2 to the right outrigger here. I did the 2 to the swing, and I also did the main pressure line coming off the pump. I redid that. And also when I did that, I drained the hydraulic oil. And I decided while I had it drained, I'd take a peek in the tank, see what it looked like. Hopefully you guys will be able to see, but mine actually already has a filter installed on it. As you can see, there's a little bit of garbage on it. You can see it there, but it's like bugs and dirt near as I can tell. Not really any metal shavings, because here's what I got out of the screen in the tank. Is a bunch of bugs, and some dirt and stuff. So I think we're gonna be okay. I'm going to when I fill this up, I'm gonna leave this off, and I have a bucket of oil somewhere. I think it's sitting over by the door. But I'm gonna leave that off, and I'm gonna make sure. You probably want the level. It needs to at least be covering the filters, and maybe I'll check it in a way where I have all the rams out. What I mean by that is all the rods are out of the pistons pretty much, and see where the level's at, and then I'll check them. Check it with them all retracted. Now you're going to ask, what does that do? Well, I'm checking to make sure A, it's not overfilled, well, that it's underfilled with all the rods out, and B, that it's not overfilled with all the rods retracted. So, since I don't know a specific capacity, I do know that I drained about 2 gallons out of it, and I had not drained any out of the cylinder, so that was what was lost there too. So I figure about 2.5 gallons or so I'm using Tractor Supply universal hydraulic fluid. I'll put in it, and the manual just specifies use a good quality hydraulic oil. And even the cheap stuff nowadays, I'm sure, has come a long way since the 70s. So I'm going to give that the old college try and see what it does. That's what I had put in here before. And mixed it with whatever was in it before. It almost looks like motor oil. It's brown like motor oil, so I'm not real sure. But anyhow, that's the update. Friday the 21st, I believe, of July. Yes, Friday the 21st. I just got the hoses made up today. Another $174 worth of hoses. So yeah, that's that, and I'll get back to this whenever I get the new cylinder, which hopefully will be early next week. You know, like the 24th, 25th, hopefully, because then we're getting down to about 2 weeks, and this thing is not functional yet. I still have not. I have this kill switch hooked up, but it does not work. I've tried it. Seems like every kill switch I put on here, I can't get it to ground out. I don't want to run a second wire up here like I have on some of my work tractors, but I may end up having to do that just to get it to work, and we'll go from there. So anyhow, thanks for watching for now. See you guys later. Alrighty guys, so I got the new cylinder back from the shop with a new rod, and a new seal's put in it. Put a new wire in here, the retaining wire, whatever you want to call it technically. But got it put back on here. Everything's good to go. I'm just going to go through and double check my pins and everything. Like I got one right there, it needs bent over. But everything else is good up here as far as I know. Still got a couple cylinders weeping, but for right now we're going to roll with it. We're too close to the show for me to be dicking with them. So, and today is July 31st, so I basically have 11 days until the show. So, tomorrow night, I'm going to put some gas in this thing, like I said, and bend the pins back over. I got a kill switch hooked up that actually works. This is a Gravely factory kill switch. I use these up until they come out with the push button one. I just don't happen to have a spare push button one. That would be more authentic to this, but like I said, we'll roll with what we got for now. Got the battery topping off, it's good, but just want to have it topped off and ready to go. And tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to check the pins. I need to tie the battery down. Then I'll put the hood back on it. I'm going to see if I can get in there and change them bolts without taking the wheels off. For in the mounting bolts back here. And we'll go from there. After that, I'm going to try loading it on the trailer and see how it goes. Right now, I think the two cylinders that leak the most are the outriggers here. You can see it's got some, hopefully you guys can see, but it's wet down there a little bit. The other side is the same way. This one is nice and dry now. Check that out. I ran it. This one up here leaked some too. You can see the puddle where it sat for 2 weeks. You can see there's a little on it from where I ran it today, but so be it. So, alrighty guys, that'll be the last installment now until I get things loaded up. Nothing too major should come up now. Hopefully, so. Anyhow, that's going to be it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see everybody at the mow-in. That is August 11th through the 13th. I will be there for the social on the 10th. So 10 through 13 I'll be down there. So, thanks for watching, guys. See everybody later. Mow-in bound.